I'm gonna hop on and make sure I moderate and
Okay.
make sure
Well, anyway,
sound is good.
today is May 27th, 2022, and I'm
Oh,
Gene,
hi, and I'm Zane.
and welcome to Hanging with Uncle.
We're live.
We are live.
I'm just checking. This gotta check sounds, like.
That totally happened unexpected. Normally, it gives me a little warning before we go live, but
Oh
anyway,
no, it's all good, man.
yeah, I think we have a very interesting show for you today. So, the usual, please hit subscribe if you have not, and hit that thumbs up, the like button. It really helps our channel out. And
Oh, sorry, dude. You lagged a little bit. Go ahead.
am I
Go ahead,
lagging
please.
again?
Just a little bit. Try again.
Please,
Say it.
please hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to our channel, and hit the
Then
like button,
please
and
hit the
thumbs up.
bell and hit the bell for notifications in the future whenever we go live. Everything's gonna happen. Like of
Yeah,
course, the lag starts. You're better now, so hopefully everything stays clean.
I hope
Hawaii
so.
connection. You're still enjoying the vacation, eh?
I am still in Hawaii. I have two of my sons here, Levi and Jared. They're going to be here for another day before they head back, and then we'll have one more day before we head back after that. Uh, it's been really nice here. Today we went down to the beach, and there were like five giant sea turtles and a
Oh, so
monk seal.
cool.
Yeah, there was a monk seal laying on the beach, just kind of sunbathing, scooting around, trying to get in the cool parts of the sand. It was really nice to get away and go check that out.
That's awesome, man. Like you sent me some videos too of the sea lions, and that's awesome. Like they're seals, sorry, but the little one burying his face in the sand was so funny. Like, that's some good stuff. I like that. It was the mood of this week because this week has honestly been a pretty devastating week. It's got me been like super distracted, super frustrated. I'm
Yeah,
sure our listeners are too, especially with how our intro started.
right.
Just kidding, no.
And
but
I'm not even starting off the traditional way because again, I'm in a state where it's not recreational.
I'm starting off the traditional way with another blend from or not a blend, another strain from our friend Jucifer. This is Bruce Banner, and it is, I like it. He was a little iffy on it. I like it. So
Shout out to Drucifer.
he's always got our back, man. He's always got
Yes,
us.
yes.
So let's get to this heavy topic because
Oh my God. Yeah.
it, we want to get we want to get it out. We've been wanting to talk about it. I haven't been able to talk to you about it. So we had another school shooting.
Let's call it another mass shooting.
Yeah, it's considered a mass shooting. Yeah,
Yeah.
in Uvalde, Texas. 18-year-old male. I'm not going to use names because I don't like giving him the stage. Shot his grandmother in the face, who lived or is in critical condition still, I believe.
Yeah.
But took her truck, stole her truck, crashed it outside of a school. Cops chased, said they engaged on him. He went into the building, opened fire on people within sight, got inside of a classroom, and also ended up shooting children and teachers inside the classroom. 19 children
And
passed,
and two teachers.
two and two adults, two teachers, and it. If you don't know anything about it, you haven't been paying attention much. Everyone knows that, and everyone's talking about it, but there's more and more information coming out each day.
And one piece of information that I heard today that disturbed me. Again, I mean, I can only imagine being an 8 to 10 year old in class. Thank God everyone has cell phones now. But imagine
Mm-hmm.
being a kid, a child in school having to text 911, and then the police get out there and stand outside because they're too chicken shit to go in and do their job and confront this shooter, this criminal.
Yeah, in 15 minutes, man. Like,
15 minutes
no
before they went in,
way.
but even before that, it took them, and they waited outside for the SWAT team to get there, and it took the SWAT team an hour to get there.
Mm,
I'm
That's
sorry.
not okay either. We
I,
know this. Like, we
no,
know that's
so
not okay.
again, I'm a retired police officer from the city of Compton, California. I'm not a Superman. I don't have a cape. Um, but never, ever did I run away from a scene where uh, people needed my help. I do have
Mm.
one story, but yeah, it's not favorable to my partner that night because I was kind of pissed off. Talk about chicken shits. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, but my thing is that when parents are telling them that they're ready to go in before they are, there's a problem. And when they are more concerned about the parents going in than actually being in there and stopping the violence, that's another thing that
I
it
think
confused me. Like,
did
yes, you're supposed
pepper
to keep.
sprayed a parent.
That's so I didn't even know about that. That's insane. But like, I,
Yeah, they pepper sprayed a parent, handcuffed another parent because they wanted to go in and do the job the police were supposed to do. But again, they were too chicken shit.
I don't. That's unbelievable. Like, it's inexcusable. It really is. Like the acts and decisions of these cops. One is, ugh, it's irresponsible, and then the media also talking about and emphasizing on the open door and teachers being not being stepped to their standard because the door was left creaked open. Like, fuck you with that, man. Like,
Yeah,
these cops did not do their job. If they chased this kid from his grandparents' house and they just let him run away and go away, what if he went out? Like, what if he was gone? What if he went somewhere else also? He took care of children and then got out somewhere else because they were just, we got to set up a perimeter. Let's get everybody here. Let's not forget. We got to get everybody here, guys, okay? There's 19 of us,
yeah.
by the way. And one child, man child, who has a rifle, they have vests. He did not have a vest, apparently. Cops reported he had a vest, but he was wearing a vest, not a bulletproof one, no Kevlar, none
Yeah.
of that. It's, I don't, so much misinformation. Like, like
They're
came out of
they
this.
lied. I've heard so many
It,
lies come from the Texas Department of Public Safety. For
I just,
example, you've heard that
go.
the school resource officer was there and didn't do anything. Later
Mhm.
to find out there was no school resource
There was
officer
no
there.
officer. Yep. He
So
wasn't even there.
stop lying.
Exactly. And the governor once I'm gonna hop onto the Beto topic because when he was talking about the shooting with his little council that he has on the stage, um, he didn't even try to talk about how the cops mishandled anything. He's doing it today, of course, when there's more information coming out and cops are admitting that they did things wrong. Of course, now he's talking about that. But he didn't do that yesterday. Beto had to get up, interrupt, telling him it's on him, everything like that. Like
Yeah.
being the congressman, honestly, that we need. That for every we need a leader like that
You know,
instead of these men who are hiding behind money.
I'm
Like,
I'm glad Beto did that because shaming them publicly in front of national television, that's what's going to change voters' minds. And when voters change their minds and put different people in office that will enact safe gun measures in this country, that's what they're afraid of.
mhm.
Anyway, that's a whole nother topic and it involves money. But go ahead on about Beto because I'm
Oh yeah,
with you on
yeah.
this
I'm still going. Yeah, because it's now turning into a I'm sorry. This no I because people are stumbling on their words, trying to catch up on the things that they said literally the next day. Like this governor, man, he needs to be out quick because man, I'm so angry about it. Beto did the right thing to interrupt it because it was literally a propaganda hearing. They were
Yeah.
there just talking about I'm sorry, mental illness. We're gonna hint on the evil. There's evil, instead of us being evil.
And
Instead of
that's
us
I'm,
promoting this.
I'm glad you brought up mental illness. And Governor Abbott is a hypocrite for bringing up mental illness because he cut $211 million from mental health funding in the state of Texas. Fuck
The
you, Greg
motherfucker,
Abbott.
he he literally posted a tweet. I think it was in 2015, where he was upset that Texas was number 2 in the country in gun sales.
Instead of
This
being
is
number
not
one.
instead of no, literally that's it. He was mad they weren't number 1, Gene. He literally had a tweet about it. He was mad they weren't number 1 in gun sales. Like, he does not deserve to be where he is. He does not represent anything that we should be moving for right now.
No,
Like,
no. He's representing the
I
money. He's not representing the people.
exactly, and that's where this whole thing's coming from. Money is literally running the fact that these men can't speak like factually about a massacre. They can't speak factually about what happened because of the money they take from the NRA. I'm going to say it, the NRA.
Then
The
the
NRA
NRA.
pays millions to these people.
Now,
They do.
as far as I'm concerned, the NRA is a terrorist organization.
Like, thousands are protesting today. I hope they keep the same energy because it blows my mind that these people accept money from these people and have to be, oh, no, yep, guns are a thing, but the people who use them are also bad. Yes, that's true, but when you give guns to a 14-year-old or an 18-year-old or whatever the age it is for all these shooters, which are average below the age 20 from what I'm recognizing,
Yeah.
that they should not have guns.
So
But
my question.
Oh, the parents have one. Or go ahead.
No, yeah, I say just, and it's just a hypothetical question. You know, if it's so much the people that are behind it and that's the focus, then why the hell won't you support background checks for the people who want to buy these guns?
Limiting age. You gotta be age 21 to go through this, son. Then you have to go through the testing. Then you have to go through this, just like a car, just like that. Same process, but we're gonna teach you how to protect yourself and make sure that you're mentally stable. They literally do the same thing in Japan. They have background checks. They go through therapy with family, by the way. Family has to be involved with it. So you have to have somebody signed up with you for this. You have to be a certain age, and it's only going to be an air rifle or a semi pull bolt action, whatever the fuck it's called, rifle that you use for hunting. And that's it.
You know,
Like,
that gets me to another subject. Anyone who says they need an assault weapon like an AR-15 for hunting
for what?
is completely stupid because those guns are designed to do one thing, and that's
assault.
They tear flesh. They don't puncture holes in it. They tear flesh. You're going to ruin the meat you're so-called hunting for if you're using an AR-15. So either you're stupid or you're trying to insult my intelligence, and fuck you on both accounts.
I was talking to Joseph earlier today, and you know, he has his own rifle and weapon, which not perfect. I'm okay with that, and he says he's gone through training and everything. Props. Like, I'm not asking for the government to come and take your shit. I want the government to say, hey, do you have a license for that? And he was like, oh yeah, I would go through that process easy. Perfect. Like, we need more people to be like you, man, because the ones who don't want to be like that are the ones who are complaining and whining about, oh, they're going to take it from me. Honestly, put in a law to where you have to go get a license. It'll force those people that are sitting there to think twice about taking a gun into Walmart. And honestly, I was talking with my girlfriend earlier about that too. I would feel more safe with a person who had a gun in their holster that I knew that they were licensed and are allowed to carry it versus I don't know if they're licensed to carry that or not.
And I'm
How
sorry,
do I know if that person's able to protect me?
Another one, it's like anybody who thinks arming the teachers is a good idea is brain dead. Number one, teachers have enough responsibility learning the material they have to teach, you know, their students, our posterity. And, you know, what, do you expect a teacher to do the job of the police? Oh, let me pick up my handgun out of my desk in a locked drawer so I can attack this person coming in my classroom with an assault rifle.
It's so ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. They have no logic, and I'm sorry. You know, gun nuts. People who are anti-Second Amendment, and a majority of those are Republican. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Right. I'm just throwing that out there.
More guns doesn't solve it. Like, putting more firepower in a place doesn't solve it. That just puts more things at risk.
Thank you.
And even then, like, we can go back to Buffalo, which was literally like a week ago. There was a security guard there. Guess what?
He got shot and
killed. He died.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's it. Like, arming people, putting more security there, blaming the security guard not being there is not the take. It's not where we need to go. We need to get to the root. People are pulling leaves off of weeds, man. Fucking rip that weed out of our country, man.
Yep.
Like, really, we need to get licenses for these gun owners, because the people who are okay with going to get this license will go and get it. The ones that aren't okay with it will second guess their decisions, and then at some point either A, misuse their gun and get arrested because they used their gun either to defend themselves, whichever, without a license. You still get in trouble. I don't give a fuck. still get in trouble if you're defending yourself, because you need to learn that you have to go through the processes like you should. But either, I mean, maybe not defending yourself, but if you don't have a license, you should be screwed like you are with a car. Like if you're driving without a car and you don't have your license, what happens? Like, simple as that.
You get put in jail.
You get put in jail. Like, it should be that way. It really should be, because you literally have something in your hands that could take life. It has the power to take life. People have to have a license to use a freaking a crate lift thing, like a fucking little machine that you use in the back of Walmart. Why? Because you can still possibly kill somebody with that.
Their safety OSHA applies to that because there's safety rules that are in place because of that. But
there should seriously be safety rules for guns.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. This is something else going back to the NRA that pisses me off, and I'm sorry, audience, if we're bouncing all over the place. But
it's because we need to talk about it. I haven't talked about it. I've been talking to a few people, but you and I, man.
You know, so again, how much do they not have to care for a shooting to happen in Texas and the NRA not back out of it or cancel or postpone? 2 days later, now they're in Texas having their conference with these dumbass Republicans that are there supporting Second Amendment rights, which you can kiss my ass on that too, because there's nothing that says open carry in the Second Amendment. It has nothing to do with it. They've blown that out of proportion, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, I'm happy that there are people who are keeping the energy, man. Honestly, there are people protesting outside. It looked like thousands. Outside protesting, saying vote them out over and over and over again, which good. Like, we need to have people show that they're upset and mad, and telling people that what they're doing is stupid, because that's how you check people in this world. You don't just let it happen.
Dumbasses like Ted Cruz out of office who support the NRA and thinks it's a good idea for there to be more guns out there. That's the answer. I'm sorry, it's not the answer. And again, I can remember 2 homicides that I was involved with, like showing up to handle the scene, where somebody was in their home, like you are right now, and died because a round from an AR-15 goes through the walls and kills them. So again, it's not a safe weapon to have in the community. You're stupid if you think it is.
Like we've talked before about owning guns and such. Protect your home, man. Like, I get that. Protect your home, protect you, but...
And that's what the Second Amendment is for you to protect your home and your castle, and again, protect yourself in case foreign invasion, so you can pick up your weapon and defend your country. That's what the Second Amendment says.
Yeah, learn how to, though. Like, learn how to protect yourself, and then go pass that fucking test and get your license. Like...
Yeah.
Why would you be upset to have more knowledge about the weapons that you want to have? That's
because
the one
they
thing
make
that
money.
Throws me through. Yeah.
And so, again, talking about Congress, one of the things that I would do if I was in Congress, in the House or the Senate, I would start a repeal, take up a bill to repeal the Protection in Commerce and Firearms Act, because really all that law did was shield gun manufacturers and gun sellers from liability when something like this happens. Here's what's going to go cause mass destruction all over the place, but I'm not responsible. There's so many things we can do. That's just one that Gene supports repealing. That law does not need to be on the books in the United States.
There just needs to be change, man. Like, we shouldn't have parents wanting to be in the front lines over the guys who are being paid to protect us.
Not only paid, Zane, you have to take an oath.
They swore an oath, didn't they?
They take to defend the country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And this guy is a domestic terrorist. When you want to go into a school and shoot kids just for the sake of making everybody scared, that's terrorism. But you didn't want to do your job. You didn't want to defend your oath. You were a chicken shit and stood outside. I'm sorry. You don't need to be a cop. Put down the fucking badge and gun because you're a pussy.
Speaking of foreign and local affairs, right, or whatever, what you just said, here's my take on it. After 9/11, when a plane from a foreign terrorist crashed into our Twin Towers and killed people, we acted immediately to up security, metal detectors, TSA hours, more people, this, that, and that, third. The
The
next
Patriot
day,
Act.
yes, the next day, basically, right?
Yeah.
And yet we've had how many shootings in schools, and
So
nothing's
a
changed.
mass shooting is defined as four or more dead. And I remember the first school shooting where four or more people were dead happened in the 1990s in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So 30 years later, here we are, and nothing has been done. 30 years, people. That's a
It's be-
lifetime. That's a generation of Republicans not doing shit and obstructing gun safety laws in the United States. Fuck them.
it's because it's because it's domestic, Gene. Like, I've honestly realized that our country doesn't give a shit about what we do. We care more about others than ourselves. People will just stand by and let things just happen here, but if it happens somewhere else, it's something crazy. Or if it comes from somewhere else, it's something crazy. Like, we hop on we immediately call somebody a terrorist when they're not from here. But when they're causing terror here in our own country and they're from here, what do we call them? Terrorists.
You know,
That's
well,
exactly what they are.
here's my
But they
thing.
don't call them that. They call them,
Again, Zane,
yeah.
and I'm going to throw the racial card down there. But you know, if you have a black person or a Muslim or somebody of Latino descent and they do something like this, they're a terrorist. But you get some white person to do something like this, oh, they're mentally disturbed. We have to have mental health in this country. You know, I'm tired of the double standard. Again,
Hmm.
you know, go sell your snake oil someplace else. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's just we have our priorities mixed up. We do. Like, other countries are laughing at us because of what we're doing to ourselves.
And Ted
We're
Cruz is
literally
a perfect example of that. Did you see where the British reporter asking him that and he like tried to walk away trying to dodge the question?
I did, yes, I
Ted
did
Cruz is
see
a
that.
fucking pussy.
Yeah, the reporter asked him if why it's only happening in America, and that's when started walking away. You're pushing an agenda. It's not time to be political. It's literally the ultimate time to be political right now because
Right?
again, our people are dying. People are killing each other. There literally was a threat in Prescott today. I don't know if you knew that.
Nope, I did not hear that.
But thank God Arizona is actually taking it seriously. But there was a threat on media and they arrested the kid. And guess what? He had weapons in possession.
Not
Like, that's
surprised, man.
all it takes. That's all it takes, though. But that's not happening everywhere else. Like, if we held the same standard everywhere else, we'd be golden. But again, people don't want to do that. So now, okay, we got to do a little bit harsher now. You don't want to you don't want to step up and protect our people, then we're gonna have the limit the things that are eliminating our people away from people. We take away your what's it called? Not your responsibilities, but fuck, I lost it. You're taking away your privileges. That's it. That's your privilege gone.
Their
You lost your
entitlements.
privilege. Your
Yeah, you're
entitlement gone
entitled.
because you don't know how to behave with it. You don't know how to act with it.
I'm sorry,
Like,
I got to go play this card too, man. But anyone that thinks they got to have those types of weapons, they're compensating for a small dick. I'm sorry.
it's more like you have that weapon and you're carrying it around and you already have on that your mind that if anything goes wrong or sideways, I got this. And you probably aren't going to be the guy. I promise. Like,
Yeah,
that shit. That, I don't even want to like throw it out in the air.
I can tell
But
you, man, maybe I'm stupid, but I took my oath seriously, and there was never, again, never a time where I ran away from a situation. I have a story where one of my partners did one time, but today is not that conversation.
no, and yeah, I wouldn't say that as a conversation, but the say I wouldn't use that for the conversation, but I like just overall my mental is I would rather have America trained and understood how to use the things that are being provided to them instead of being cancerous to itself by being reluctant and irresponsible.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
100, man, 100.
that's the only thing I ask for because I want a peace of mind going to the grocery store. Again, like I've said earlier, if you have that Colt 45 on your shoulder or your little handgun or whichever, if you have it on your not shoulder on your hip and on your holster or whatever, I want to know that you're able to use that. But in today's America, we don't know,
Well,
and I don't feel like you can protect me.
You know, just look at history. We tried that once where everybody walked around with guns on their hips. It was called the Wild West, and the average life expectancy of a man was not even 30 years old. So,
That's
I mean,
insane.
look at your history. You know, more
Right.
guns, I'm going to feel safe. No, you're just a fucking dumbass. You're going to get shot and they're going to take your gun. Now I have yours too. Wake the fuck
Well,
up, people.
yeah, and like I said earlier, the average age of these school shooters is the other issue. These kids that are of these ages are able to purchase these guns.
So,
CNN had a piece to where they had this 14-year-old actor go in and try to buy cigarettes, alcohol, pornography, and he got turned away. You're not old enough. Get out of here. Blah, blah. Then they would laugh at him, laugh him off. No, you're not getting this. You're not
yeah,
old enough. But as soon as he walked into that gun convention, guess what he walked out with?
a gun and some bullets.
Absolutely. That man was super happy to sell it to him. This is the best looking wood around here. Cherry wood and everything.
Right.
Like that there's something wrong with that. He can't walk that 14-year-old couldn't walk into a dealership and buy a car.
You know, honestly, I think that's a good segue to go into our dumbass of the week.
All right, you go ahead and start off, man. This is our only structure we got today.
Right. My dumbass of the week is anybody that still does not want to pass gun safety legislation, even after everything that's happened. Like I said, 30 years we've been dealing with mass shootings, mass murders. And the answer from Republicans is always, oh, now is not the time. Tell that to the family of the people that are grieving, that now is not the time. They elected you to represent them, not the gun lobby. You're a dumbass, and I hope you get voted out. I could go on and on, but I better, yeah, go ahead. You jump in, man, because I could talk about this shit all day.
Well, I kind of have a combo here. I have a dumbass and a badass of the day. Badass of the day goes to the New York Yankees and also the Tampa Bay Rays for following up with it as well. But the number one American symbolically team, whatever, is the New York Yankees, and they put out a statement saying, in lieu of the game coverage in collaboration with the Tampa Bay Rays, we will be using our channels to offer facts about impacts of gun violence, the devastating events that have taken place in Uvalde, Buffalo, and countless other communities across the nation are tragedies that are intolerable. And I say I'm proud, and I want to give them a hand.
Amen.
Because
yes.
that's how you use your platform. Don't give a fuck about these people who don't want to listen to you. And this tweet is still building. But my dumbasses of the week, man, are going to be around for a while, are those that are being dismissive of the topic. People are saying, you're supposed to talk sports, not this. This is my escape. This is my blah, blah, blah. Like, this shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be this. Like, you shouldn't be talking about this. They're the ones who are telling the New York Yankees, one, they shouldn't have free speech, and two, to not talk about the problems and issues that are happening around them. Like,
yeah,
they're dumbasses.
You know,
because you're the ones that are not going to the voters box and knowing what's going on. You're the ones that are just going to sit there idle and just let things happen and not care because it didn't happen to me, right? So those people who are dismissive about this massive topic that we have going on in our country, you are a dumbass. And you're my dumbass of the week.
You're right, man. Yeah, if it doesn't happen to me, it's not a problem. Go take it someplace else. But, you know, the Miami Heat did the same thing, man, before their game with the Boston Celtics yesterday. The PA announcer came on and did a PSA, a public service announcement, giving the number to the office of the Senate in Washington, D.C. Call your senator. Tell them you support gun legislation. Call your state legislatures. Vote for these people that will do gun legislation and vote out the people that stand against it. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I'm glad to see people taking this stance on a public level, reaching hundreds of thousands of people, in these events, man. That's pretty. You're right. That's badass.
It really is. So again, the Yankees and Rays, you get badass of the day, week. Same with the Heat. Everybody, people who are using their platforms correctly. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, that's all the time that we have today. I'm sorry it was a little jumbled and full of emotions, but I hope You guys were able to get it out with us with a little bit of your own session as
And
well.
leave your comments because we'd love to hear them, and together is how we're going to defeat this.
Conversation is change. Have a conversation. Talk to people. Throw out your ideas and listen to theirs as well, because that's how we move forward from this. I'm Zane.
I'm Gene. Welcome.
This has been Hanging with Uncle.
Thank you for hanging with Uncle. I'm still tongue-tied, man.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
And we'll see you guys on Friday in person.
In person, yes, I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, man. I will see you next week, brother.
All right, man. Enjoy.